G'day, my name is Gary for the channel Simple Audio Tips. Now, why is the Rode Link wireless microphone system any better than the one you're using now? Well, stick around, I'll show you what you get inside the Filmmaker kit and some surprising features that make it worth a second look. Rode Microphones have sent me this Rode Link Filmmaker kit to review, and I'm really keen to show you what makes this Rode Link system different from others that are on the market. These are the items that you get inside the Rode Link Filmmaker kit. Now, over the years I've worked with a number of different wireless microphone systems like Sabine, MyPro, Lectrosonics, but some of them have been rock solid reliable, but others just so disappointing. So why is the Rode Link system any different? Well, Rode have recognised that there's a real need to address serious issues with wireless microphone frequencies. Now, to make it brief, when you set up a wireless microphone, you need to choose a frequency that's not being used by any other transmitter, especially a strong transmission. And this is where the problem lies. Wireless microphones in many countries are sharing their same allocated frequencies with digital television. Now, what you're looking at here is a scan of the channels being used on the Gold Coast in Australia, and you can see for yourself that there's very little, if any, clear space to set wireless microphones up without being affected significantly by these transmissions. Now, to avoid this problem, Rode have chosen the 2.4 GHz space as their chosen frequency range. Now, we know that a lot of personal devices, even around the home, use this part of the frequency spectrum, but thankfully the transmissions from these devices are relatively weak compared to a television transmitter. Now, I personally had grave reservations about Rode Link's ability to work reliably in this area of the frequency spectrum. But I've since been satisfied beyond doubt, and I'll tell you why a little later in the video. So how do these units navigate this extremely busy part of the frequency spectrum, 2.4 GHz? Now, don't let me lose you, because it's quite simple. When you turn on the transmitter and receiver, the receiver scans and selects a frequency that's not being used. They handshake and the transmitter starts transmitting a strong signal on that frequency. At the same time, a second clear frequency is chosen as a redundancy measure. So it secures two strong wireless connections and transmits audio on both of these frequencies. The units now hop between these frequencies, always using the strongest reception. To help with this, the dual diversity receiver uses two antennas built inside the unit, set at 90 degrees to each other to improve reception. So it's pretty good, isn't it? You can set up a number of these kits because you have a choice of 8 discrete channels, and the units have around 8,000 different frequency combinations to choose from, so that's why the system's so reliable. Now, what about my personal conclusions? Firstly, the build quality. Each of the units have a durable plastic shell instead of a metal case. But that's not necessarily a problem. I'm presuming that it's not a reflection on the quality of the units at all. Of course, it does allow for the concealing of the antennas, and that's a bonus. I'm sure all the critical parts inside the transmitter and receiver are screened from electrical interference, because all the testing I've certainly done hasn't revealed any problems. Now, the switches on each of the units feel very positive, and the battery compartments are easy to get into and feel very solid. The audio quality is very good, and the whole system has a very low noise floor. It's as good, if not better, than the corded microphones I use when I connect to the camera. And last of all, the signal strength. Well, this is where I was so impressed. There was no test that I could carry out that hadn't already been conducted by the YouTube channels Curtis Judd and the TubeShooter Mag. The test that they did proved beyond doubt that there's no issue with the Rode Link system's ability to maintain clear audio within an electrically noisy or busy Wi-Fi area. I'll leave some links to those two tests in the description below, along with a link to a best practice tutorial that Rode Microphones provided to help determine limitations when you're setting this sort of gear up. And of course it applies to any sort of wireless connections as well. Well, I hope that gives you a better idea of how the RoadLink system is different from many that we know today. If you enjoyed this video, then give us a thumbs up. And if this is the first time you visited our channel and you want simple explanations to make sound gear easy to understand, you can subscribe or follow us on Instagram or Twitter to keep up to date with our audio tips. Until next time, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.